This was a component of a final group project and was responding to some of the storytelling themes the professor had included in the course, particularly deception and assumed authority. He had added a fake student to the class, and he and the TA had been impersonating them, submitting assignments and responding to class comments, before eventually revealing that the student was actually the villain of the course, and then by the end that it had been them all along. I was curious about pushing that idea even further and thought about trying to make a false history video about something fairly well known, challenging myself to come up with an alternate explanation that seemed plausible given the material I could find. I grew up listening to Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young and was fairly familiar with the story of Kent State from my parents. I thought about how a story as basic as Kent State might have been told differently if the conspiracy theorists of the 1960s had the technology and reach of the 2020s. I downloaded an interview with Graham Nash, lots of photos of Kent State and Neil Young, and assembled it all together in Camtasia. It was instructive to see how much you could manipulate a story through tiny snippets of quotes. I came up with a false story that blamed the Kent State shooting on members of the Weatherman Underground, attacking veterans who then returned fire in self defense. For extra ridiculousness, I added that Ohio was about Neil Young rejecting the excesses of the peace movement and becoming a political centrist. I would definitely try this assignment in the classroom with students. I think it could be used for historical or current events and could easily tie into discussions about critical media literacy. I've yet to try showing this video to my students given the graphic details of the story, but I am super curious whether they'd be able to tell it was a fake either from the video or the details. Given more time, I wish I had tried to add another interview to the final product. It was also initially given a copyright strike by YouTube for using too many seconds of Ohio, so I'd think about how to avoid that in the future. With the advent of AI and machine learning, humans making homemade misinformation almost seems quaint. But I think there's value in challenging students to try to fool each other and becoming more familiar with how creators and designers craft images designed to make themselves seem authoritative, and noting that those tools can be applied whether the information is true or not. It certainly helped me think a little more about the videos I watch online and how easy it is to insert bias into content.